Every night, you enter a hidden gateway, a passage that determines what you will experience tomorrow, next week, and for the rest of your life. Yet, most people don't even realize it. They lay in bed, exhausted from the day, their minds swirling with worries, regrets, and frustrations. They replay old arguments, imagine worst-case scenarios, and dwell on everything that went wrong. And then they drift off, sinking into unconsciousness with those same thoughts looping in the background. And that's the mistake. That's why nothing changes. Because sleep is not just rest. It is creation. The moment before you fall asleep, your mind is wide open. Your subconscious, the part of you that dictates your habits, your beliefs, and ultimately your reality, is fully exposed, absorbing everything you feed it. And yet, night after night, people unknowingly plant the seeds of their own limitations, reinforcing the same struggles they desperately want to escape. But what if you could use sleep as a tool? What if, instead of falling asleep with fear, doubt, and frustration, you could drift into unconsciousness while marinating in the feeling of your dream life already being real? What if, every single night, you programmed your subconscious with the reality you actually want to experience? This isn't just a nice idea. It's the key to everything. And it's exactly what Neville Goddard taught through the state akin to sleep method, the ultimate technique for effortless manifestation. Emma knows all about manifestation. She's read the books, watched the videos, even tried all the techniques, affirmations, scripting, visualization. And yet, nothing seems to change. No matter how hard she tries to convince herself, she always falls back into the same patterns. And here's the brutal truth. Emma is stuck because her subconscious does not accept the new reality she's trying to create. She may say affirmations all day, but if she falls asleep every night feeling defeated, doubting her desires, and believing in the world she doesn't want, then that's what gets embedded deeper into her subconscious. Her subconscious isn't working against her. It's just following the last instruction she gives it before sleep. Most people don't realize this. They assume the key to manifestation is how they think during the day. But Neville revealed something far more powerful. Your reality is shaped by the state of consciousness you dwell in before sleep. Think about it. In those final moments before drifting off, your mind is highly suggestible. It is the bridge between your waking state and the subconscious, where all beliefs are stored. Whatever you impress upon it in this drowsy, half-asleep state becomes your dominant truth, regardless of what you affirm during the day. Emma, like many others, unknowingly reinforces her current circumstances by allowing her mind to wander into worry, fear, and frustration just before sleep. She doesn't realize that this is the most critical time to take control of her thoughts. The subconscious is not logical. It does not judge what is real or imagined. It simply accepts what is impressed upon it with feeling and repetition. So, if she spends the last few minutes of her night replaying old failures, worrying about tomorrow, or doubting her desires, then that is what her subconscious will continue to reflect in her life. No amount of conscious effort during the day can override a deeply ingrained self-concept that is being reinforced night after night. Neville Goddard taught that the feeling is the secret. This means that it is not enough to simply affirm or visualize. You must feel as though your desire is already yours. You must drift off into sleep with the assumption that your wish has been fulfilled. Emma's struggle is not that she doesn't know what she wants. It's that she hasn't mastered the art of falling asleep in the state of the wish fulfilled. She may have tried affirming before bed, but if she does it with doubt, forcing herself to believe rather than naturally assuming it, then she is still coming from a place of lack. The key is not to force belief, but to surrender into the feeling of already having what she desires. This means instead of lying in bed worrying about whether manifestation works, she must gently guide her mind into imagining a scene where her desire is already hers. If she wants love, she should feel the warmth of being held. If she wants wealth, she should feel the comfort of financial security. And most importantly, she should allow herself to drift off in that state, because whatever state she sleeps in, she wakes up with. It is not about forcing the mind, but about allowing it. The subconscious is most impressionable in the moments before sleep, and Emma's biggest breakthrough will come when she stops going to bed in the old state of self-doubt and starts surrendering to the new state of her fulfilled desire. To understand why SATS is so powerful, we need to talk about brainwaves. During the day, your brain operates in a fast, alert state, beta waves. This is your thinking, logical mind. It's the state where you analyze, question, and engage with the external world. Most people spend the majority of their waking hours in beta, constantly reacting to their environment, consumed by their to-do lists, worries, and logical reasoning. But as you start to relax, your brain slows down. When you close your eyes and take a deep breath, your brainwaves shift into alpha. This is the state of relaxation, the bridge between your conscious and subconscious mind. It's the state you enter when you're daydreaming, when time seems to slow down, and when you feel more connected to your imagination. As you go even deeper, you enter theta, the magic state. Theta is the realm of deep imagination, of dreams, of effortless absorption. This is when your subconscious is most receptive. It's the same state children are in up to the age of 7, which is why they absorb everything around them so easily. At this stage in life, their subconscious is wide open, accepting everything as truth. Beliefs, emotions, and experiences are imprinted without resistance. Most adults only enter theta twice a day, right before sleep and right after waking up. And this is where everything shifts. Neville taught that if you enter this drowsy, half-conscious state while immersing yourself in the experience of your wish fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as reality. It bypasses the logical mind, the doubts, the resistance. Your logical mind, the one that questions, overanalyzes, and constantly reminds you of your current circumstances, loses its grip as you sink into theta. This means you don't have to fight against limiting beliefs or force yourself to believe something new. In theta, your subconscious mind simply absorbs what it is given without resistance. And once something is accepted by the subconscious, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to match. This is why SATS is so effective. You are not trying to believe. You are not forcing yourself to think positively. You are simply allowing yourself to drift into sleep while experiencing your desire as if it were already true. You are impressing upon your subconscious a new state of being. And that changes everything. Because the subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined with feeling, it begins to operate from this new assumption. It shapes your behaviors, your perceptions, and the way you interact with the world. It attracts experiences that align with this new state, making your imagined reality materialize in your physical world. This is why SATS is not just another manifestation technique. It is the key to effortless transformation. When you practice it consistently, you stop fighting against the old story and start embodying the new one. Over time, this new state becomes natural to you, and once it feels natural, it must become your reality. Let's make this real. Imagine Emma wants to manifest love. She's tired of feeling invisible, of chasing someone who never reciprocates. She tries affirmations, but deep down, she doesn't believe them. She tells herself, I am loved, I am chosen, I am enough, but the words feel hollow. A part of her, the part shaped by past experiences, still clings to the belief that love is difficult, that she is always the one giving more, that she is not truly wanted. At night, as she lays in bed, she unknowingly reinforces the same painful story, imagining being ignored, feeling lonely, wondering why she's not good enough. She falls asleep in a state of lack. And this is what gets impressed upon her subconscious. Not the affirmations she repeated during the day, but the feelings of being unworthy and unwanted that she marinated in before sleep. So, what should she do instead? She needs to use SATS. Instead of replaying her fears, she closes her eyes and relaxes. She lets her body sink into the mattress, breathing deeply, allowing herself to feel drowsy. She loosens her grip on the day's frustrations, letting go of the thoughts that usually keep her awake. She surrenders to the stillness. And then, she begins to imagine. She doesn't force an image. She doesn't struggle to visualize every detail. Instead, she gently feels the reality she wants as if it were happening now. She allows the scene to unfold naturally, without pressure, without doubt. She hears a voice whisper, I love you. At first, it feels unfamiliar, like a dream she's not sure she's allowed to have. But she lets herself lean into it. She allows the voice to feel real. She imagines the warmth of someone's arms wrapped around her. She feels the steady rise and fall of their chest against hers. She senses the joy of being adored, chosen, cherished. A small part of her mind tries to resist. Is this even real? Am I just making this up? But she doesn't engage with those thoughts. She simply returns to the feeling of safety, the feeling of being deeply wanted. And as sleep takes over, she surrenders to that feeling. Her subconscious takes it in, accepts it, integrates it. Each night, she repeats this practice. Some nights, it's easier than others. Sometimes, doubt creeps in. But she remains consistent, knowing that her subconscious doesn't need perfection. It just needs repetition. Soon, something shifts. During the day, she notices she no longer reacts the same way to old triggers. She doesn't feel as anxious when someone takes their time to reply. She doesn't seek validation the way she used to. Instead, she moves through life with a quiet assurance, an unshakable knowing that love is hers. And then, her waking life begins to reflect it. New people enter her world, people who treat her the way she has been treating herself in her imagination. Love shows up in unexpected ways. The shift happens effortlessly because, in her mind, it was already real. What most people don't realize is that manifestation isn't about forcing reality to change. It's about shifting who you are being. It's not about desperately trying to control outcomes or micromanaging every detail of your life. It's about transforming your inner world so completely that the external world has no choice but to reflect it. The moment you stop looking at reality as something separate from you and start seeing it as a mirror, you understand the secret behind manifestation. When you consistently fall asleep in the state of your wish fulfilled, something profound happens. You wake up different. At first, the changes are subtle. Maybe you wake up feeling a little lighter, a little more peaceful. Maybe you catch yourself smiling for no reason. But as the days go by, these shifts deepen. Your mind, your emotions, even your body chemistry start aligning with this new state. You begin acting differently, speaking differently, expecting different things. The energy you carry changes. You no longer react in the same way to the things that used to trigger you. The self-doubt, the desperation, the constant seeking, they start to fade. You stop looking at your desire as something far away, something you need to earn or prove yourself worthy. Instead, it feels natural, inevitable, like something that has always been yours. And because your external world is a reflection of your internal state, your reality must follow. Emma, without even realizing it, stops chasing unavailable love. She stops checking her phone for a text that never comes. She no longer wakes up feeling empty, longing for validation from someone else. She stops replaying past hurts in her mind, stops doubting her worth. Instead, she wakes up feeling whole. She carries herself differently. She radiates a quiet confidence, an inner security that cannot be faked. People around her sense the shift, even if they can't quite put their finger on it. She's no longer the woman who waits anxiously for love. She is love. She embodies the presence of someone who is deeply cherished, effortlessly desired. And suddenly, everything changes. The same people who ignored her start noticing her. Old flames resurface. Strangers are drawn to her energy. She no longer has to prove herself, chase, or convince anyone of her worth. Love shows up in unexpected ways, in places she never thought to look. Not because she forced it, but because she became the version of herself who already had it. This is the power of SATS. It is not wishful thinking. It is not pretending. It is a shift in identity, a reprogramming of the subconscious at the deepest level. It is stepping into the reality you desire, not in the future, not someday, but right now. And when you do, the world responds. It always does. The mistake most people make with SATS is treating it like a technique instead of a state of being. They try it once or twice, then wake up expecting instant results. But manifestation isn't about checking if it worked. It's about becoming the version of yourself who already has what you desire. The key to SATS is persistence. Neville didn't say to do it once and forget about it. He said to saturate your mind with your wish fulfilled until it feels natural. This is not effort. It's not struggle. It's surrender. Every night, you are given a choice to fall asleep in the state of your current limitations or to step into the life you actually want. The choice is yours. Now you understand why SATS is so powerful. Why sleep is not just a passive state, but a portal to creation. But if you're still stuck in the same reality, there's something else keeping you there, something deeper. And if you don't shift it, no technique will work. So in the next video, we'll uncover why your subconscious mind resists change and how to reprogram it for effortless success. Just click on the first video that now appears on the screen.